Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on what time you're listening to this video. My name is Joseph Afisu. I'm a Microsoft MVP and MCT, and this is to continue with the playlist on conditional access policy. So, if you've not watched the previous video, you may just want to check the playlist and see that video because that's going to be like the preceding video to the one that we have here. That said, if you've not subscribed to this channel, I want to encourage you to click on the subscribe button because that will help the channel to really grow. Thank you very much for that, your generosity. So today we are going to be looking at how to block access to unapproved device types from accessing your organization resources. Let us say, for example, you do not want people to be able to access your office resources from Linux or maybe Mac OS, or you only use Windows and Android to access your office resources. You can really block access from other devices, right? So how do you do that? That's the question. So you use what is called CAP, Conditional Access Policy. So how do you configure conditional access policy to block unapproved device types? Right? So what you do is search for cmd.ms. So when you search for cmd.ms, it will bring this up. You click on the first one here, which is the Microsoft Entra. So if you come to Microsoft Entra, right, you have this called protection at the left hand side here. And then if you click that open this way that I did, you see conditional access. So if you click on conditional access, you have a session coming up for you. So you click on the create new policy, right? So when you click on create new policy, the first thing that you will do or you'll be asked to do, which is compulsory, is that you must name the policy. So we're just going to give the policy block unapproved device type. Now, the first thing is, what users are you targeting? So you need to now target the user that you want. You can say all users. You get a warning that says do not lock yourself out. So you can now exclude the break glass account by coming here, and then what you do is you search for users that you want to exclude. Let's say I just want to exclude my break glass account, which is this account here. Yeah, this is it. I'm just going to pick on this and then I will do this. So having done that, that means the targeted users for this is all users excluding Joseph, right? So the next thing you do is, what resources do you want to restrict access, right? So you can say, okay, I want it to just be Office 365. So if you are accessing Office 365, you must use these particular platforms, or you cannot use this particular platform rather. So I'll just do this. Then the next thing that happens in this kind of configurations is that you go to the conditions. So if you go to conditions, then you have device platform, which is this one here, right? So you click on the device platform, right? So what you do is you can do configure, and then you can specifically, let's say for example, your organization does not allow, so you come here, right? So your organization does not allow the use of Linux. It does not want you to use Mac. It only wants you to use Windows, and then no Windows Phone. That means what's here is that your organization accepts you to use Android OS. It allows you to use iOS and then Windows alone. Mac, no. Linux, no. Windows Phone, no, right? So you can do select. So when you do that, that means the condition is that targeting 3 devices. Now, what are you going to do? You are going to block access to them, right? So right now, actions have not been taken. The action is bent on or relying on the grant action that you want to choose. So coming here, you can now say, based on our design now, you can now say, okay, block access, right? And then you click on save. So what that means is that if anyone wants to access Microsoft 365 application and is on Mac or is on Linux or is on iOS, is never going to be able to access it. But the setup is not still complete until you have to turn the policy on. So on reports only is just going to track the activities going on. So you need to put it on, right, if you want it to take effect. And anytime you want to turn it off, you can modify the policy by clicking on off. So for now, we are going to click on, and then we click on create. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, please, you may just want to do that. And if you've not liked this video, please give it a like. So if we come back to policies now and we maybe refresh, if it's not available here, we would see that policy. So we'll just refresh here and that should bring that policy up in a bit. So it's here right now. So what it means is that you want to block user out of unapproved devices. So you can go ahead and, let's say for example, as time progressed, you needed to enable access to Mac as you started onboarding Mac into your environment. So what you just do is to come back to conditions, and then you click on the selected conditions, and then you'll see device platform. So you just come here because the grants the access control is unblocked, so you can just come here to say okay, you want to enable Mac OS, and then you can just click on done. That means that you're only targeting your block to the other devices, the Linux and then the Windows Phone. So once this is done, you just click on save and the policy has been modified. And if at any point you need to turn off the policy, you would still follow the same process by coming down here, clicking on it, and then coming here to say okay, you want to turn off the policy. You save and that's all. And even if you want to delete the policy, you can as well come here to delete the policy. So this is what we'll cover here on block unapproved device type. I hope you find this video useful. Just watch out for the next one. Thank you very much. Peace.